I'd say the common mistakes that producers make when they go to international markets, co-production markets, or markets where they organise their own trip is that they don't investigate who they're meeting. So I think the prep is really important, that you know what someone is looking for and that you've done your research, and also that what they're looking for is what you have, and if not, why are you there, in a way. And then therefore you need to be prepared in another way, which is to sell yourself potentially as a co-producing partner or someone who's an expert in your territory, and to really have done the prep. I find that often producers just don't know what their niche is and don't know what their unique selling point is, to use marketing language, and that they just go in with, just a kind of suck it and see type attitude, and that's problematic, I think.
I think most of the mistakes are just if you're not very well prepared. Is one of the main things. I think you just have to be very well prepared about your project and have a good idea of the pitch, not necessarily a long pitch, but just have to be certain points that you have to meet there, which is the budget, the cast, the story, the director. And if you have few, it's always good, because then you know what we look for, like what we're looking for, and then you can just kind of make sure that you're not giving us every single project you have on your slate, but just the one that we particularly would be interested.
When a producer goes to a market or a festival, I think they should be very focused on what they're trying to achieve out of it, because I think it's very easy when you get to a festival to kind of get completely bemused, befuddled by everything. So doing your research before you go to a festival or a market, and being clear on what financiers do you want to meet, and researching whether they're there, talking to the right sales agents, talking to the right, is there festival programmers there if your film is appropriate to be programmed into a festival at a later date. So it's a question of kind of putting the legwork in before you go and having a strategy plan before you go, rather than thinking that you can make it up when you get there, because I think there's so many distractions and everybody's very busy, and if you haven't prepared in advance and set meetings in advance, actually it'll be quite difficult to set up meetings. So research and preparation.
It's very important, I think, for every producers, and what we're finding some difficulties with producers, that they never read the contracts. So I think one of the first things is when a sales agent is sending you the contract, I know most of them are very excited. If it's, again, we are talking here for like producers with their first feature, second films, they never read the contract, or not that deeply. And then they sign the contract and they'll be like, oh, but why